Go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Time for a divisional round of the NFL.
Big weekend.
Mike, Andrew are back. How's your guys' weekend? How'd you enjoy the football?
I liked the extra game a lot. Like having 3 games on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday, I thought was great. Other than the Steelers, man, Steelers were so pathetic. The Bears were the worst team out of any team in the playoffs. The Steelers were by far the most pathetic performance. Like going into it, like we all knew Bears were probably the worst team in the playoffs. Like the performance the Steelers put out was the most pathetic thing I've seen in for a while. You have a guy who's a 10-year starter. He's been to the Pro Bowls. I think it's like 7 out of the 10 years. The first play of the game, he snaps it over the quarterback's head. Like that was like 5th grade shit. And it wasn't like it was like a little bit over his head. That was like a rocket 30 yards down the field. And then on top of that, yeah, the offense had a lot of turnovers and stuff, but like it wasn't like the Steelers defense really stopped the Browns either, even when like they were given a long field. So like Tomlin was not, I mean, they were just unfucking prepared, which is like so pathetic and such a Tomlin thing lately. Everyone's like, oh, he's a great coach, which yeah, he's a pretty good coach, good regular season coach, I would say. He got lucky with his Super Bowl, I would say. The team was all put together by Cowher, but like I mean, now it's just kind of like pointless. Like it's just like the same thing every year. They've been so outcoached in the playoffs. And the one thing that they didn't do, which is like this should have been done 3 years ago, is they got rid of their offensive coordinator. Dude was the worst offensive coordinator in football. I know I rip on Nagy and the Bears offensive coordinator a lot. Dude, this guy was I mean, if he coached the Bears, because the Bears' talent level on offense is worse than the Steelers, if he coached the Bears, the Bears would legit average 2.5 points per game. And I'm not even joking on that. He is the worst coordinator in football by a mile. So that is at least a little positive. But like I said, Big Ben, everything, like they're going to be limited no matter what if they still have Big Ben and Tomlin. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But that was just pathetic, I thought. I mean, losing to the Browns without a fucking head coach. They played them closer the week before without like 6 of their best players. That's just like the most pathetic thing I thought. But yeah. I don't know. What are you going to do? Overall, though, yeah, like I said, I like the 3 games in 3 games was awesome.
Yeah.
And honestly, like the Steelers did come back a little bit. As bad as the Bears.
Yeah, if that first quarter doesn't go so abysmal, they probably
win. Yeah,
they can. It's going to come down to like the last couple minutes at least.
For sure. And like as bad as the Bears played, like there was a chance in the second half. Like if you just score a touchdown here, which yes, I know, like there's very tough chance for the Bears to score, but like every game was a game in a sense. Like, the Saints were probably going to win.
It was, 14-7? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point is, like, every game was, like, kind of a game, which made, NFL weekend better, but.
Yeah. So my question, Nagy, is so with how that game went where it was, like, essentially, was it 21-3? Like, I know they scored that last touchdown, but.
It was basically 21-3.
Yeah. So would you like? Because I was thinking about it, like, would I rather have my team not in the playoffs than perform like that? The answer is no. Like, you might as well make the playoffs. Like, fuck saving one spot in the draft pick or whatever. But that's exactly what happened the last time the Raiders made the playoffs. It was just like they let like Brian Hoyer, whoever the fuck the Texans quarterback was, beat them. Just a sad performance. At least the Saints are a pretty good fucking team, but.
Yeah. I'm actually in a bracket with some buddies, like kind of like March Madness style for the NFL playoffs. I actually had the Saints like winning the Super Bowl, just like kind of be different, but like their defense has really stepped up a lot. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but the Bears had like 4 or 5 positions that they had backups, practice squad players in, and I really thought the defense like played admirably well.
Then Mums or whatever the fuck his
we
name
had, we had motherfucking Manti Teo like in on a
decent.
Egg Teo running loose.
He played fine.
He did play fine. That's the thing though. Like
he was doing that for Lene though. That's what I heard.
The defense didn't play that bad, but it was just like Mims's drop. I mean, like
yeah. I think we can all agree that the game could have been very different if he catches that touchdown.
I would agree because it would put pressure on the Saints offense to do something. But
Yeah.
here would so like Mitch is obviously not coming back since they brought back Nagy. I just think that's just like their relationship isn't good. But like I don't like I told you this on Sunday, Nagy. I don't think they did anything to help him. They threw the ball down the field like 2 times. I know maybe he's not completing them, but like it's very easy to defend an offense when like you're just throwing screen passes and 3-yard slant.
Yeah.
Who's that guy that dropped the pass?
Mims
Javon Wims.
or Wims. Mims.
I was like, oh, the guy that had the hit record. This is why I'm hot. Yeah, that shit was fire.
But also, I mean, how does that dude get in the fight with that Saints player? Like,
bro, like that guy. I wonder what he's saying to these guys. Like
to get that far under everyone's skin. I know it does like make you wonder. Like, dude, does this guy just dig deep? And
I think he goes. I think he has to do his research, bro. There's no way he's saying like one common thing that's getting these guys all that pissed off.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like the Fab Five, like Michigan basketball.
Yeah, like they're doing research on your girl. He's like, I slid in your girl's DMs and she's coming, like whatever the fuck. Like I know she has a tattoo on, like somewhere like where only he would know, like whatever the fuck.
Yeah. That would be wild. But what do you guys think? Also, I just wanted to ask you about this though. I think so. The Seahawks obviously lost. Like, I think Pete Carroll is getting way too much of the blame, and Russell Wilson is getting like nothing. I don't know what your guys' opinion is on it, but like I just feel like every time like the Seahawks don't perform, it's just swept under the rug, and it's like, well, Russell needs more help, but it's never like, what did Russell Wilson do? Because he played like shit.
He trended down. He trended downward like from seemed like November on or something like they just
late October.
Like they were our do or die pick for a lot of this like first half of that season. Then they started sucking. Like I was like afraid to even touch anything. I was like, we were taking like Washington the fucking R words straight up against them like +5. That was like a good pick almost. So
do you guys think though like Russell Wilson deserves way more of the blame than people?
Yeah, I mean he's
not more though, but like more than what he's getting.
Yeah, and Skeet Carroll, he's I think as a coach, like he's done. Like once you throw an interception to win a Super Bowl on the 1-yard line, like you are done as a coach. Like you'll never get back. Like I would have put a bet on that if I could have. At that point, like he will never ever be back. Like that is just you cannot come back from that. So it could be cursed. Whoever's on that team could be cursed. But Pete Carroll, for allowing that play call to go through, will be forever cursed in the NFL.
I mean, that's a tough draw for Seattle. Like finishing.
That's a very tough draw. I mean, that's like the Steelers draw. It's literally the Steelers draw. Like he played for the 3rd fucking time.
Yeah, it was literally the exact same situation, both playing their divisional rival.
Yeah. Do you think they should like switch that so that can't happen?
But like both teams though, like it was a tough draw, but like Seattle, you had a guy who just had thumb surgery on his throwing hand, and he couldn't
even start. Did you see that?
I know. I think something's more to that. Like I think Sean McVay does not trust Goff, like even healthy.
Yeah, I think it's like a nice excuse for him to let's get Goff out of here a little bit.
100%. But also, like Goff couldn't throw. Cooper Kupp went out in like the 3rd quarter. Aaron Donald didn't really play the entire 4th quarter, and it was like a 1-score game. So like everything was trending towards the Seattle, and they couldn't. Like that's what I'm saying with Russell. Is like you got to make a play. And then I'm talking about the Steelers, like you're playing a team without a fucking head coach who calls the plays.
I mean, the whole thing I've been thinking this past like week is just like I do agree with that. But isn't it crazy how lucky the fucking Packers are gonna get? They're gonna get to play possibly the most banged up Rams team we've seen in 3 or 4 years. Like half of Goff, possibly no Aaron Donald, possibly no Cooper Kupp. Oh my God! Like I fucking can't stand how lucky the Packers get.
Donald is playing, but like I mean, Russell Wilson. I agree. I'm agreeing with you.
One shot to the ribs, he's done.
Russell Wilson fell on his ribs. Russell Wilson, how small is he? And Donald like went out. So like imagine if anyone like actually hits him, So I agree with you. But
I do think the Packers were a virtual lock for the NFC Championship, though, no matter who they're going to play. Just me personally.
I think if they would have played Seattle, or I mean,
a healthy Rams.
I think Tampa Bay definitely would have been a tougher game, obviously.
Yeah, because that's right. If Seattle won,
okay,
they would have played Tampa Bay. Yeah, that definitely. But
wow, Brady just lucked out. Doesn't have to go freeze his ass off this week at least.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to do it next week though, probably.
So Tampa Bay is probably rooting for
the Rams.
The Rams,
definitely. Hell, that means if
they would host.
Tampa Bay would host.
Yeah, Tampa Bay would host 5.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, but
could you imagine if Tom Brady hosts the fucking NFC championship game as a 5 fucking seed?
Tampa Bay, dude.
Pack your bags.
In the Super Bowl's in Tampa, right?
Yeah, so they play back to back if they went.
It's such bullshit.
Dude, that'd be nuts.
Well, any other takeaways from that weekend? But wait, actually, we kind of talked about this, but I agree that Goff, I don't think McVay trusts Goff. I think that's totally out there, and I think this is that, like Andrew said, I think that was just an excuse to try to get someone else in there.
I think the trust is gone when you scored 3 points in the Super Bowl. If you lose 10-3, or was it 13-3?
Yeah.
I mean, holy fuck! What?
But then he came back the next year and had a horrendous year.
Yeah. And that's where it was okay.
Yeah.
Is Wolford gonna start
this weekend? You're saying?
Yeah.
No, he can't play. He's still
still concussion protocol.
So Goff is QB1. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if Goff gets hurt, it's not Wolford. I'm pretty sure it's Blake Bortles.
Wolford's got some.
Bortles is backing up. I saw that.
Yeah. So.
He's a good runner. What about Heineke? We got to talk about Heineke.
Oh, that's. Bro, he just won himself at least a backup job in the NFL for the next.
You know how many incentives he probably earned in that one game?
Well, maybe, but yeah, I guess because it depends. He might not have had playoff incentives in his since he.
But just regular incentives, I guess.
Ever throw for a run? Yeah, for sure.
Or score a rushing touchdown,
Yeah, for sure.
What that picture was pretty sweet when it was the two guys trying to stop him.
But he definitely, he just definitely earned himself money though. I mean, he's going to be a backup for at least another 5 years, all because of that one game. Even if he doesn't start again, he's going to be a backup somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
What a performance out of him.
Did you guys watch the full Bills-Colts game?
That was the best game of the weekend, in my opinion.
It was, but what blows my mind is just I love when analytics fuck you.
The fourth down, the 4th and 4 on the goal line.
Yeah, all that stuff was analytically you're supposed to go, and then when you're, the whole down 14, you go for 2 twice thing,
and
it ended up if they just went for 1, they would have only been down a field goal on that last drive.
Yeah. And Blankenship missed the
field goal.
So how do you do they calculate that they're not letting up another score? Then is that how it works, or do they let up?
No, so the whole thing is you have you want to go for the win, right? Win. So you're
you have a 40% chance to hit the 2 or something.
So what it is you have a 60% chance to hit one of the 2. That's all you need. But if you get the first one, then obviously all you have to do is kick an extra.
Yeah, then you right.
So that's what they do, and I guess I get it, but it's also dude, it depends how much time's left too. Because
that's
the Colts did it with 12 or 13 minutes left, and like I said, it ended up biting them in the ass. They're down a field goal in that one. Do you guys think Rivers retires? I do personally.
Yeah, I mean he has way too many kids, bro.
It kind of depends. I think the Colts and Phil are going to have a nice conversation in the coming weeks. The Colts are going to try to figure out what they want to do because they're going to have the 21st draft pick. So
they could get Trask or Jones, whoever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I feel like they hang on to him for another year and do kind of one of those quarterback situations where Phil starts the season and they kind of work into the rookie and the rookie kind of learns underneath. Because Phil Rivers, it's crazy to think. I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. Do you guys think he'll be a Hall of Famer?
I think he has enough stats. Yeah, okay, I think he has enough stats.
Fringe, definitely fringe.
I think any one of these quarterbacks, I think they should definitely try to resign Phil for, I don't know how much it would cost them, but if they could get him for another year for $12, $13 million. I think that's worth it.
See, I don't know if it is. I would have said now this is pre-Doug Peterson firing, but I would have said trade for Carson Wentz because I think Frank Wright and Carson Wentz have a very good relationship, and I think Carson Wentz would fit
That's a
well
good
with
point.
like the way they run the football and everything like that. But now, like I think them firing Doug Peterson, I think they're kind of just like, yeah, Carson's our guy still. We owe him a shit ton of money, so I don't think that's on the table. But like, I don't know. The thing is with the Colts is like I do think they're very good and they're very young. So do you waste another year with all this talent, young talent with Phil? Because I think like if Phil's their quarterback, they are so limited just because he can't throw the ball down the field. So I think that's tough.
He's like a fucking rock.
Yeah. But let's get into the games this week, and we only got 4.
All righty. Yeah, so start with Saturday. So it's kind of weird. I always forget that in the divisional round that Saturday has different times than on Sunday. This actually fucked me up a year or two ago.
Yeah, it fucks me. It fucks me every year too.
Wait, because Saturday they play like a night game.
It's the 4 p.m. is the first one, right?
Yeah, it's 4:30 and 8:15 on Saturday.
Yeah, and then the 1 o'clock's on Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
And then on Sunday it's 3:05 Eastern and 6:40 Eastern.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I missed the first, like almost the entire first half of a divisional round game, like 2 years ago on the Sunday slate.
Fucking the Bears were playing. No, I'm kidding.
Definitely not the Raiders.
Well, I mean, the Bears and the Raiders have. No, that's not true.
All right, so first game on Saturday. That dumbass quarterback, as me and my friends call him, fucking Jared Goff and the Rams going to Lambeau. The line is 6.5. It really hasn't moved like at all this week, like at all. As soon as it drops to 6, it seems to jump back to 6.5. As soon as it goes to 7, it goes back to 6.5. Over under is going to be 45.5. I'm going to check out the weather.
We probably got to fly through these picks, don't we?
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold, but it's not supposed to snow. I kind of like the under because like the Rams defense is very good, and I think the Rams are going to try to run the ball like a lot because they know Goff can't really do much. But I think the Packers win. Line wise, I don't know, 6.5. I would probably like the Packers under that touchdown just because I think Goff sucks, and like giving the Rodgers that many chances, I think is tough. So I would go Packers and the under.
If it snows, hammer the Packers.
It says no snow. It just says cloudy 36 at game time.
I agree with it though. If it did snow, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love the Packers, but yeah, the Rams don't play well in cold weather anyway. So give me the Packers no matter what.
I still think this just reminds me of like that Tennessee game. I feel like the Packers just don't really give a fuck what's going on and just
play football.
Like Matt LaFleur, like I really like Matt LaFleur, and it hurts me to say that because Packers, fuck the Packers, but
I like him as a coach too. Somehow I don't know why. He just seems like a good guy.
So I still like the over. It's the lowest over under the weekend, which in itself feels like a trap taking the over because, you look at the lowest one and you feel like you have to take the over, but that's the one that hits the under. And then the highest over under, you feel like you got to take the under, but it hits the over. So, but that's not what happened last week.
Yeah, because the lowest over under was under last week.
Yeah, and the highest over under was under.
Yeah. So that's not what happened. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting too meted up in this. But yeah, I like Packers and over, honestly. I still think it'll hit the over. They'll just kind of run it up.
It would be interesting if the Rams were like completely healthy, how they would play this game, but like banged up Donald. I mean, even
I just
Goff,
can't trust the Rams to score, really.
Yeah, but even Goff at 100% would be better. And then like even if Kupp's not 100%, like he's a huge part of that. Like, so like they're just so banged up.
Yeah, Riley Cooper's not playing.
Yeah, Riley Cooper.
All right.
Then the night game, we got the Ravens going to Buffalo. We got a 2.5-point spread here. Bills the favorite. Over under 49.5.
A little disrespectful to the boys.
To
Circling the
who?
wagons.
You think it's
Lamar
disrespectful
is
to the
in
Bills?
form, bro.
That's what I'm asking. Is it?
I don't think so. Dude, the Ravens have like won and covered their last like 8 games.
Dude, yeah.
Who have they played though? Let's pull that up.
They played the Browns once. They played it's a good question. I know they played the Bengals, one of them. So obviously
In the Jags.
Probably the Jags, yes.
Somehow the Jets. They just played like the worst. The Raiders.
Cowboys, Browns, Jaguars, Giants, Bengals, and then the Titans.
Wow.
But then the week before they played the Steelers and lost, but they covered.
This is such a tough spot for like Bills fans because the Ravens definitely should have like made noise, like Super Bowl noise last year, or at least made the AFC Championship last year. And now the Bills are making their like miracle run at the Super Bowl.
But
so
at least the Bills.
This is a heartbreaker of a game for.
At least the Bills won a game this year. You know, Ravens haven't won a playoff game in a while since they won a Super Bowl, I think. But I like the Ravens in this spot. I think Lamar and the boys are going to be ready to play. The Bills are terrible against the rush, which is huge for the Ravens.
I didn't know that.
And then
they did all right against Jonathan Taylor last week, to be fair.
Yeah, but like it's a totally different running game. They're bad at explosive rushing plays.
Right. They didn't have to worry about Phillip Rivers just turning on the turbojets. And
like explosive rushing plays is literally the script of the Ravens offense. But also the Ravens defense, it'll be interesting how they go about trying to stop Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's what my concern would be.
Because I mean you got the Ravens blitz the most in the NFL, and Josh Allen can tear you apart on blitzes. Like that's
what do they call him? Dr. Heat?
No, that's the Jets fucking
sounds like a porn star.
I love that guy.
That's what they call the DC for he got fired from the Jets when he did it against the Raiders. He was a DC for the Browns too.
Yeah, Dr. Heat.
But yeah, they call him Dr. Heat. Or he calls himself that. But yeah, Dr. Heat. But I like the Ravens in this spot to win.
The money line for that is plus 125. So I mean,
really? Wow. Give me the fucking Bills, baby. They're circling. They're going to the title, AFC title.
Circle the wagon.
Josh Allen's getting it done. Lamar can't throw when it's crunch time, real crunch time. Like that was the biggest revenge game of all time last week. So they had all this extra like magic in their blood. It dies in Buffalo.
I feel like that's a great point. Like coming down to the end of the game, like if the Bills are down a score, like I feel like they could get that score to tie or win. But if or at the end of the game, like if the Ravens are down, I don't know if I really trust Lamar's. Now they did do it against the Browns, but I mean that was to a wide open Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I mean, dude, the Steelers last weekend turned the ball over 6 times and still scored like 37 points. The Browns defense sucks.
I agree. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah. So that's even like more respect to my point of I'm
agreeing with
I feel like the Bills are a better closer, and I do think this game will be close. It's really going to come down to turnovers too, because I do think both these defenses are pretty good in their own respects. I'd like the pass defense is finally healthy for the Bills now, and they're really good. They were kind of iffy with T.Y. Hilton at the beginning of the game, but once they hone in, they're pretty sharp. So
they're good in the red zone too, which is huge.
Yeah, I like, and they got Justin Tucker. Like I feel like the Ravens aren't going to fuck around with like the Colts did against him. So I like the Bills minus 2.5 here. Feels like a whatever bet.
So you both. It's kind of crazy.
It feels like a coin flip. Like I'm not worried about them not covering whoever wins.
It's kind of crazy though. Like it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a great game too. But it's kind of crazy though. Like I don't know why, but I feel like public money is on the Ravens, but yet the line's not really moving. So like it really isn't.
Bills Mafia, bitch. Like they're probably all just throwing their whole.
Yeah, I guess. I'm so glad they are able to have fans though. It'd be such
Yeah,
a
that is
tragedy.
cool. I do like that too.
They haven't had a home playoff games in like 22 years, and they get 2 this year, and luckily they're able to have fans. But all right, you guys are on the Bills. I'm on the Ravens.
Yep. All right. So Sunday, first game, big spread. Browns heading to Kansas City in Arrowhead. We got the Browns coming at 10-point underdogs, and the over/under is a big whopping 57.
Wow.
That's a big number for playoff football right there.
It's not 10.5 anymore.
No, it's. I've seen 9.5 and 10. I've never actually seen 10.5.
Oh, okay.
That is a big number, and it is crazy. Like the Chiefs haven't played well.
Not in a long time.
They haven't won by double digits since like week 11 or week.
Yeah, and like they haven't played good teams either. Like to end their season,
Dolphins,
Raiders,
Dolphins, Chargers.
Yeah, but so I don't know. I do like the over because like I do think Baker and them can dial up some points. I don't really like the line at all. I think the Chiefs win, but I would probably go over if I was going to take anything in this game.
I love the Browns plus 10 here. I think the Chiefs defense would have to pull something out of their like way deep in their asshole, bro. Like they cannot stop anybody. Like,
well, and they're not like the best against the run, and that like the Browns.
Yeah. I mean, if the Browns are smart, they will pound the rock, eat the clock, and like keep this within 10. Like 10 is like I'm like confident 10 is like almost like that's a push, like a safe push,
Right.
and you can possibly win that shit.
I'm right there with you. I think this line should be at like 7.5.
Yeah, I'd be a lot more scared at 7.5.
I do also really like the Browns here. I also kind of like the under just because of the point of the Browns' ability to have a successful run game. And those games toward the end of the season, the Chiefs have really struggled in the first half of their football games.
Yeah.
If they're struggling, this over is going to have a hard time reaching. So I like Browns plus 10 and the under. 50.
Yeah, but like if they struggle, I don't necessarily think they're gonna I don't think they're gonna struggle necessarily on offense. I think the Browns defense is that bad.
That's fair.
The only thing that I could see where like this isn't like I think if this is a close game, that would mean the Browns are like controlling time of the clock and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, then I think the over definitely could, or the under could hit because like the Browns, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong with Stefanski's game plan, but I would think want to like have like 14 play drives for 80, like keep Mahomes off the field.
From Patty as long as they can.
Yeah. The Browns defense, they at least get Denzel Ward back, so that'll help their pass coverage. But again, like I just don't know. They let up, it was like 35 points to the Steelers, and the Steelers had 6 turnovers. Like, that's absurd.
Yeah, the one thing I will say, though, is that the Browns were playing very prevent, it looked like, for a good amount of the time. That's why I'm not holding that against the Browns defense.
Okay, they let up 23 points against Mason fucking Rudolph.
Sure. I mean,
that's bad.
That's also bad. I can't really defend them on that one.
So, and then I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, the Browns are definitely going to be excited because like no one's giving him a chance. And then you also have this 10.5, 10 line, and then you're like, okay. But yeah, we'll see.
It's kind of feels really similar to like just recently, like Ohio State, like blowing out Clemson and then like going to the favorite, like the all-time full season favorite to win everything.
So then you think that just the Chiefs blow them out?
It just kind of feels very similar to that.
No, favorites in the NFL are just like,
especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 10's too many. I love 10.
So a sharp would hammer the Browns here, right? Public money's got to be on the Chiefs. Sharps hammer the Browns.
I don't know. I feel like public money's going to be freaking.
I think a lot of public money is going to go on the Browns.
I feel like it'll be really even, damn near.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at like a novice gambler will take like a new will be like, oh, Chiefs. Like, no way I'm taking the Browns. Like,
Oh, for sure.
not
Yeah.
understanding. But then like the guys that think they know what they're doing, they're hammering the Browns. And then
I feel like there's a lot more people that don't mind backing the Browns here, just to like root for the like an underdog type team.
after with how much the Steelers like blew up to get like a little bit, like they got a ton of hate
right
after those TikToks and like Claypool.
Bro,
What is
that is,
Claypool doing?
dude, that is so annoying. Like,
Dude, Claypool signs with Jordan. That's nuts.
that's one of those things where it's just like, Chase, don't even fucking respond. Who cares?
Why? Yeah, tough loss, but the Browns will get clapped next week, so all good.
Yeah, that's a bit out of character. I feel like that's
Like,
more
brother. What? Why would you say that? Like that makes you look so
rubbing
weird.
right off onto Chase Claypool, and you can definitely see it happening right in front of our eyes.
And we fucking thought that the receiver room was going to be great after we lost Antonio Brown.
Yeah, it's like it's somehow that same
Antonio Brown fucking molded Juju to be another piece of shit too.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Who's quiet this year? Fucking Antonio Brown. He hasn't said a damn word all fucking year.
Yeah. He's like that dude in Get Out.
He's averaged a touchdown in the past like 4 or 5 weeks.
No, he's also playing really well. That's why I think the Buccaneers. Oh, we're gonna talk about this next game, but yeah.
All right, yeah, that is a
perfect
good
segment. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why the Buccaneers are gonna win this weekend. I think AB is fucking starting to come to form, and like we all know, like when AB is playing well, he's a top 5 receiver in the league probably, and like when he was with the Steelers doing his thing, like he was a top 5 receiver every year. Sometimes he might have been the best. So like I think that just gives, and they have so many weapons. It just gives everyone else that much room to be open, to do whatever. Tom Brady's feeling comfortable. Like
maybe
the offense is rolling. And the only and the thing is with the Bucs defense is I don't think they're that good, but like Drew Brees can't throw the ball down the field. And Drew Brees can't run. Like Heineke was able to run on him and everything and just throw it all out there. Like it's tough to beat a 3-team tie. So I know everyone's like, well, they could beat him a third time because they beat him twice already. Yeah, well, like Brady's gonna be way more up for this game. I like the Buccaneers to win here.
Plus 143.
Yep, I would take that.
So just to clarify, the line for this is Bucks +3, Saints -3, over under 52.
Whoa! Didn't this open at 5.5?
I saw
I saw it at 3.5.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm doing something else. Yeah, it just things are pointing for like every sign says take the Bucks here. So for that reason, I'll take the Saints.
But I kind of thought the same thing though. Like public money would be on the Bucks, but the line hasn't really moved either. I mean, granted, like we're taping this on Friday, so Sunday, like a lot of stuff can happen. But
the injury reports in the playoffs are always just super late last
year. Yeah, for sure.
And I was actually going to talk about that because right now, Michael Thomas is like not a full clear that he's going to play yet. But I feel like the Saints could definitely be using this to their advantage. Like, I'm sure the Bucks are still preparing for.
They're going all out for Michael Thomas, no doubt. But it's way easier. It's way easier to prepare fully for him, and then you take out like a receiver like Michael Thomas. Like you're prepared no matter what. Like,
and Duvernay is also on that same list.
It'll be interesting if Mike Evans fights that one DB. What's his name? Gardner.
Fuck him. He's a fuckface. That's why I call him from now on.
Like
he's what?
He's fuckface.
That was just wild though. Like he's trying to get in your head. How you let him get
They're both just young, dumbass fucking receivers don't have
I'm not even. I mean, it's not even just Bears players. I mean, his own fucking teammate fought him in practice.
Mums or whatever. Then Mums is he's got to get cut.
Don't call him Mums.
What is it?
Wims.
He does not deserve. He does not.
Get him off the fucking roster, bro. He fucking dropped the touchdown.
Hopefully he's not a Bear much longer. So hopefully
he does not deserve to get his name pronounced.
Yeah, right. Dude, his name is Mums, bro. Fuck that.
Okay, yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Just call him Butterfinger at this point, motherfucker.
Butterfingers.
What a joke that
So
was.
my pick for this is gonna be the under 52.
Nice.
Do you think?
Let's give our Super Bowl prediction.
Well, we'll be back next week.
Yeah, but then we have it
you wanna-
narrowed down to 2 teams.
Do you want to just keep going like each week? We say who we think from.
Yeah, and then we'll
So
if we're
we'll
wrong,
get at one point, unless we get the Super Bowl wrong too.
And every time it gets wrong.
All right, who do you got in the Super Bowl, Andrew? Right now.
Everything wants me to say the fucking chalk of the chalk pick, Packers Chiefs, but I'm not gonna say that.
Yes, I mean that's what I feel though. Is like,
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I mean, I think that'll be a great fucking Super Bowl. So hopefully, I mean, as long as it's a good game, I wouldn't hate that. But
how much would State Farm love that though?
They would.
Oh, what the hell? And they'd fucking love that.
They would jizz all over the.
Dude, State
Farm stock just goes through the fucking.
Yeah.
Both Jakes would be jerking each other off.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
one of the 10,000 people in there. All right,
that one dude looks like Devin so much. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he kind of does. Who is your?
So my Super Bowl picks are gonna be Bucks, Bills.
Wow.
Very close to mine. Mine is Saints Bills.
Okay. I'm gonna go Packers Chiefs.
You bitch.
I just like I don't see a way.
Just like pick if you were to pick like one number 1 seed though, like what one non-1 seed is.
Which one is less likely to make it?
Out of the Packers and the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Or like what non-1 seed is most likely?
I would say the Buccaneers.
Less than a minute.
All right, Buccaneers, but I also would say I think the Chiefs are less likely just because the Packers playing every game in Lambeau, I think gives them a way bigger advantage.
Yeah, all these teams left are pussies in the cold, bro.
The Saints ended up having a really good defense, so that's why I like the Saints.
They do, but yeah, I would go Chiefs.
I think that the Chiefs are. I think the Chiefs are very beatable. Like I'm not even like.
No, I agree. They're not close to last year. I think that's
also under the radar, which I'm worried about.
And even last year, I mean, they were down 24-0 to the fucking.
Well, they had chances to lose it, but their offense hasn't been humming like that. So if they get down like that, it's not like, oh, you can just turn it on.
Yeah, I know.
But all right, wraps it up. We'll be back next week.
We're about to get kicked off.
Peace.
Bet safe.
Peace.
And responsibly.